I don't see why that's a bad question. Why is it a problem? The question, why did you say so long? I don't see that as a problem because that question needs to be asked. The reason why is because we need to know the psyche of these individuals who are in these situations and what about that situation made you want to stay. What is it? So we could tell these other young ladies who could possibly be in the situation and talk them through it. So we need to ask the question like that. Why wouldn't we? Don't look at it as offensive. No, it needs to be asked
It's
because
a
we need
common
to
voice.
have the understanding. Oh, let me finish, ma'am. I got you. We need to have the understanding on why is she doing this? Why does any woman who's in that type of situation? I'm not even giving a damn about her. Fuck her. I'm talking about any woman in any situation like that. Why would they want to stay in that situation? What about that situation made you want to stay? So I could teach my daughter, look here, this is not how you're supposed to do it. This is not how you should. You got case studies, you got situations, you got people going to jail, people losing their lives over this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the question should and needs to be asked.
Okay,
Sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay, thank you. So real quick, I'm gonna say the question is valid after she even has an opportunity to heal from it. If y'all are really asking the question for the purpose of trying to understand a victim's psyche, perhaps consider the victim and asking that question before posing it when the shit just happened. Y'all watch her get her ass beat and be like, yeah, it's your fault. You should have, why'd you stay so long? It's insensitive. It makes no sense. But go ahead, Makita.
Nobody did that though.
There's, well, I mean, the way you phrase your question, I mean, that could be debatable. But I mean, at this point, a, he's a predator. He's a predator, and I don't think that she's the first victim that he has done this to. He got her when she was very young, and there's, I've been kind of keeping up on the news a little bit today. There's another writer who I guess was friendly with Kim Porter, and I guess Kim Porter had revealed like some of the issues that she had been having with Diddy in their relationship, and he did the same thing to Kim Porter. And I think that when Cassie came in, this is all something that the writer alleges. It's not, founded or anything. But she's saying that while Diddy was displaying this kind of behavior to Kim Porter, Cassie was laughing. So she came into this thinking, he's doing this to her, but it's probably not going to happen to me. That happens to a lot of women. It happens to a lot of people in different situations, especially when you're dealing with somebody who's like a serial abuser, which he appears to be. So she's a victim in all of this. And while, yeah, you might want to understand the psyche and what goes on in a victim's mind. Like you said before, I do think it's inappropriate to do it so quickly, considering, all that she's been through, especially after something like this comes out. I don't think that it's appropriate to ask that question right now.
Go ahead, Shane. I know you want to respond. Go ahead.
So yeah.
So, I mentioned this on Friday.
Right. The conversation that Viz had the same question.
Yeah, but I mentioned this on Friday, and you have to get in the psyche of a woman, right? It's twofold. It's probably the same reason the bodyguard saw her getting her ass beat and they stayed, or they never said anything. It's your bread and butter. This guy was able to convince a hotel to give him a tape years ago and not say shit. This is how much power this dude has that you're dealing with. This is not an average guy, right? But I would say it's probably the same type of love that makes a chick stay with a dude who just cheating on her, treating her like shit, but she keep going back to him, right? It may not be physical, but he beating her up mentally, right? I think it's the same type of treatment that women, we talk about feminism, but it's the same treatment. Women couldn't have jobs, so you had to endure whatever it is that your husband had because he was the financial bread person, right? So you just took it because you couldn't do anything. You couldn't pay your bills. You couldn't, it was like your hands are tied behind your back. Everybody here probably, people go to a job they hate. It sucks the life out of them, but they keep going because they have to. Not because they want to, they have to. And of course, this is on a different level, because he's physically putting his hands on her, but we'll never understand, a woman's heart is y'all know how, when a woman loves a person, she's gonna endure some stupid ass y'all know if you ever had a woman who ever loved you deeply, You know, women do stupid stuff or stay in stupid situations, and they got friends like, get out, girl, get out. And she's like, no, but and she'll find a way to just to hold on, that it stick in there. And we don't. And in hindsight, you look back like, damn, I was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all, I mean, and this is, I mean, fortunately, we've never been in a situation when a man put his hands on you. So we can sit here and be like, oh, he better not. But you don't know because you've never been in that situation before. You know, because he is doing things to you that maybe he's not putting his hands on you, but he's treating you like shit every day. He's treating like you nothing every day and you still stay. So what is the difference? All I'm saying is, whether she be in love with him, whether he was her bread and butter, she wasn't the only one. There were people watching this happen and they too stayed because they have kids at home, they have families, and this man is a business guy. He's their boss. And nobody wants to, you know, mess with that. You know, you see what I'm saying? So we can sit here and go around the corner and nobody's going to ever know the answer to that unless they know her. But I'm sure people warned her. I'm sure people try to get her out of that situation, just like we all warn our friends when they're in situations that they shouldn't be in. And it's just one of those.
You know why Diddy felt like he can get away with something like this, though? Because for years we laughed at his overt abuse.
Yeah.
Making a band, how he treated his artists, we laughed at them all. Hell, even when what is his name? Allegations regarding Usher came out, allegations regarding Justin Bieber and how uncomfortable he was around Diddy came out, people laughed at it. Making a band, people laughed at it. So he felt like he couldn't be touched. They made a TV show about his abusive behavior towards his artists. They gave him a TV show. And you don't think a man that is given a TV show to display his abuse of his artists don't feel like he's untouchable?
And he didn't pay them.
But Sweeney, that right there is what rocked everybody to sleep. Because if you see small subtleties in small doses over a long period of time, we start to normalize it like, oh, that's just Diddy. That's just Diddy being Diddy, right? We just culturally and mentally, we just accept it. Although instinctively, we know that it's wrong and it's fucked up. But
Louis, can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You said something very powerful. Little by little, that's how the victim gets pulled in. Little by little. It's little things here, it's little things there. She was not getting beat up day 1 and day 5. But after a year, after 2 years, after you got used to this lifestyle, after you gave everything up, that's how you say, you know what? Oh, that's just him being him. Oh, I know the good side of him. All that's really fake, but I'm gonna let you continue.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. Yeah, it just shows up in small doses. I just think that for even the casual fan or even for the casual individual who might not know Diddy, in his entire career and has up to this moment, they see small doses of it, right? And over time, they just forget that what they say is abusive. What they're doing is abusive from a financial standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a monetary. It's all a form of abuse, right? And sort of a lot of people have been rocked to sleep because we just chuck it as like, that's just Diddy being Diddy. But in reality, that's who we should have been seeing the signs and saying like, yeah, that dude's an abusive man.
And to Sweeney's point, he was asking, why do you think Diddy does this? Diddy went to the same high school I went to. He initially started out as a party promoter. He threw a concert at this gymnasium. It was a small gymnasium that he was told not to throw it because of the certain capacity. So he had more people in there than he was supposed to have. Shots ring out. People get trampled. A lot of people die. He gets off. He doesn't get held accountable for that. Then you lived through Big. You know, the stuff that went on with Big, he got out of that unscathed. The stuff with Shine got out of that unscathed. It's not coming to my head right now, but there was just a bunch of accounts after that where, you know, the average person wouldn't make it through that. And he's made it through. So you got to think of the psychology of all this stuff where your back was against the wall. They said you were over and you overcame it. You feel like you Teflon. Nothing's going to stop me. I can do whatever I want. I can't be stopped. You know, and I have these.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I have these wealthier people above me that are making sure. But what I think is at the same time, the wealthier people above you, they have all this stuff that they're collecting and they're holding so they can control your moves. That's why you notice, like, during political times, you know, yeah, Diddy, we need you to go out there and make people vote this way. You know, he may not feel it. He may not care. I can't stand this person, but no, we need you to do that because all the people that follow you in the hip hop community, we need the black vote. So you go out there and tell them vote or die, stuff like that. If you notice, like in 2019, when Trump was running, you know, he had that big campaign against Trump. People are making him do this stuff, and they can do that because they've collected all this stuff that he's done. So they're controlling him with all the stuff that they've protected him from before. You know, so I think right now what's happening on top of, you know, all the stuff he's done regardless. I feel that he's tried to buck the system in some way, you know, so all this stuff that was once hidden is now being filtered out there. You know, now you trying to go against the hand that feeds you. Okay. You know, you want to sue you want to use the race card to sue us. Okay. You know, because honestly, CASSIE has tried to sue multiple times, you know, and it went unchecked, you know, like they was just like, get out of here. No, I think some people above him, after he did what he did, they went and they were like, you know what? Send that case back. This is the lawyer you need to go in there with and write it this way. I'm sure somebody above him, after he, you know, bucked the system, gave her everything she needed, because she's gone for years trying to do this and we never heard about it. So why now is this lawsuit? You know, why did it just boom? Because somebody who's powerful made it that way. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you, nigga. You think you can't stop, won't stop? I'll show you.